Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to point out to you some absolutely blatant trust fraud. You're looking at a grant deed that was signed by Rabbi Yehuda Ferris of Chabad of the East Bay. You can see it right there. He says here, a couple years back, he says, under penalty of perjury, the following is true and correct. No transfer tax, in and out of a trust, that for no consideration he is transferring my brother's property, 1810 Grant Street, to these two individuals over here, Maxine and Flora Ziprin, for no consideration. Watch that carefully. No consideration. However, this is absolute fraud. Agreement for trust distribution and release of claims. This is the same thing. There goes Maxine and Flora Ziprin, right? This is the trust, right? You can see that Yehuda Ferris signed it over here on page 10, right? It is page 12. It says Yehuda Ferris as trustee of the trust, okay? Well, look at this. We got another minute and a half. It says over here on page 3, payment to trust, but on the grant deed it said no consideration. Okay, well, payment to trust within 10 calendar days of the effective date. Those two people, Maxine and Flora Ziprin, they got the property for it. Shall remit to the trust a single payment of $82,700 payable to Mr. Ferris as trustee of the trust. And in the very next paragraph, how do you like that? Duty to distribute the property. Mr. Ferris represents that the trust's interest in the property is unencumbered and shall remain unencumbered through the date of property transferred contemplated by this agreement. Right? Mr. Ferris shall, within 10 calendar days of the date payment is received, that's the $72,700, mail to Maxine and Flora Ziprin a hard copy of a wet ink signed fully executed copy of the grant deed. Okay, but it says over on the grant deed, it says for no consideration, and it says APN number 05705, darn it, where's my focus? 057206530. But then on another copy of the same grant deed, it's got another APN number. Aha. 0572065000401. Fraud, and more fraud. Don't trust them.